Here's our very own Lights Camera Jackson.
Hi, good to see you. We're going to start off Steven Spielberg's classic Jurassic Park back on the big screen in 3D and IMAX 3D in time for its 20th anniversary. Now, I hadn't seen Jurassic Park before screening this new version, so sitting in the third row at an IMAX 3D theater, experience it for the first time was thrilling. Of course, everybody knows this story. A billionaire creates a dinosaur theme park on an island, and archaeologists are brought in to inspect things to make sure that it's okay for the public, and things aren't okay.
The big question, Jackson, the 3D.
Right.
I mean, how is it?
It's fantastic. Even if you've seen Jurassic Park 10 times before, it is a must-see in 3D. The enhancements to the landscapes and the action scenes are pretty impressive and flawless, and there are a lot of close-ups of not only the human characters played by Sam Neill and Samuel L. Jackson and Richard Attenborough and Jeff Goldblum and Laura Dern, but you've got those screaming dinosaurs as well. Now, parents, this is a violent film. This is the same intense, violent film that it was 20 years ago, so don't bring your little ones.
Yeah, I'm sure at some points you're worried that you might lose a limb. All right, what's the grade here, Jackson?
On the official LCJ report card, Jurassic Park 3D gets an A-. Definitely will get people pumped for Jurassic Park 4, which opens next summer.
Oh, looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Okay, now a review of a film that everyone in the Capital Region is talking about and eagerly anticipating, since it was shot almost entirely around the Capital Region and in Schenectady.
That's right. I had the chance to see The Place Beyond the Pines in New York City earlier this week, and this is an early review. The Place Beyond the Pines, it's a generational crime drama from director Derek Cianfrance. He reteams with Blue Valentine star Ryan Gosling, who plays Luke, a motorcycle daredevil rider who performs in a traveling carnival. Luke meets up with former girlfriend Romina, Eva Mendes. He soon finds out that he has a child with Romina named Jason, who's now a 1-year-old. While Romina has a current boyfriend helping take care of Jason, Luke wants to be part of his son's life and provide for him. But since he makes very little money at his regular job, he decides to start a new career, robbing banks. Following a few successful robberies, things go bad for Luke. We are then introduced to police officer Avery Cross, played by Bradley Cooper. Avery is injured in the line of duty and becomes a hero for his actions. Avery's wife Jennifer, Rose Byrne, doesn't want him to return to frontline duty after his near-death experience, especially because they also have a 1-year-old son. He gets a desk job and remains on the force, but things get complicated when Avery tries to do the right thing. There's also a third chapter to this saga involving a pair of high school students that tries to bring this story full circle.
All right, Jackson, let's talk about the film. How is it?
Well, it's 2 hours and 20 minutes long, but it feels like 4. I was with it for much of the way. Interesting characters, engaging stories, fine performances, but then there's that third act, which is set 15 years later, and it turns Pines into a predictable Lifetime movie. The situations drag, and they just pound you into your head the messages and the score. It's not good.
All right, let's get away from the script for a little bit. The other thing that everyone's excited about, the scenes and the local connection. How much of what's in Pines happened here?
Well, it's about 90% of the movie, maybe even more. Everybody's going to enjoy, first of all, Cooper and Gosling. They give great performances here, set in familiar locations. And I like how Cianfrance kind of shoots with capturing the small city feel of Schenectady. Many close-ups add to the realism. Locals are definitely going to recognize the banks involved. You've got Schenectady High School, Ellis Hospital, some popular restaurants. There's even a chase scene through Vale Cemetery, and of course the General Electric headquarters.
Now for many, the star is going to be the Capital Region. Okay, Jackson, what's the grade here?
On the official LCJ report card, The Place Beyond the Pines gets a C+, at times very effective, other times preaching, practically begging to be heard. It's solid but not extraordinary.
Okay, before we look ahead to next week, earlier this week we learned that famed film critic Roger Ebert passed away. I know you two were friends.
Yes, I met Roger Ebert in 2011. I was really inspired by him to become a film critic. He actually found one of my reviews online and retweeted it. I was fortunate enough to be asked to be a part of Ebert Presents at the Movies on PBS in the summer of 2011, and I went out to Chicago. I met him and his wife Chaz at their home in Chicago, and we talked movies for a couple of hours, and then went downstairs to their private movie theater in the basement and actually watched some scenes. And then from Roger Ebert's immense DVD collection, he gave me a few films from his collection, including The Birds, which is a wonderful film. He will deeply be missed. He inspired not only movie critics, but movie fans. Just a wonderful man. There will never be another Roger Ebert.
There never will be. And
Yes.
like we talked about before, the life and career of Roger Ebert gets 2 thumbs up, or as you would say,
An A+. That's
absolutely.
right.